I just finished my workout and I wanted to share with you some of the things that I use in my home gym, and I want to encourage you to set up your own home gym, whether it's in a corner of a room or it's a whole room dedicated. Whatever space you have, it's really convenient and easy. It gives you one less excuse to getting your workout done. So let me share with you what I've done and the equipment that I use and some of the stuff that I have made. So this is my home gym. It's actually a workshop that my husband and I built when we, a few years after, or actually the year that we retired and moved to our house, this house full time. And it's just an outdoor workshop, and it does get warm, and I am sweating. So the first thing that I would always have handy is a roll of paper towels. We've got some paper towels over there, so you can just wipe down because we're going to be sweating. Always have a water bottle or water source close by, essential. And again, it can be just a dedicated space in your corner of your living room, in an empty spare bedroom, wherever. But these are the things that I would put in there. I would put in there a full-length mirror, something that just could be laying up against the wall, just one of those inexpensive mirrors. It just kind of helps you. When I say engage your core, sit tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, check yourself out in the mirror and make sure that you're in alignment. And you might notice things. You might realize, oh, I have a forward head tilt, and I might have those rounded shoulders, upper cross syndrome. So we're going to be talking about different things, and it's just going to be really helpful. This camera is my mirror, so I can see what I'm doing, and I make little corrections. So a mirror is a great thing to have. Let's start about some equipment. A chair. Always have a chair. I've got two in here. I've got two set up because today I taught a class and I was using a second chair for just putting my leg up and doing some end cool down stretches. So one or two chairs, folding chairs, get them out of the way, don't take up as much space. That's great, whatever you've got. Sturdy kitchen chairs. So when we do our cool down stretches, you can always walk over into the kitchen, get your water, and sit down at the kitchen table, and you always have at least two chairs right there. And you know they're going to be the same height. So that works well as also. So some chairs, then right in front of me, this is a block. This is when we built this workshop, these are 6x6s. And I put two side by side and I wrapped up tape around them. So this is a 6-inch step that I can do step aerobics on. It's not going to roll, it's the same height. And real simple, in COVID, in time of COVID, when the gyms closed down, I didn't have that equipment. That was at the gym. I used it there with classes. So that's what I've got. And then I also didn't have any yoga blocks at the house. I've always had it, in the studios that I work at. So these are 4x4s, okay? They're just that pressure-treated 4x4s. And these are my yoga blocks. Now, what I haven't done, and I plan to do, I can just wrap these with duct tape, make them a pretty color. Wrap them with duct tape around and then across the ends, and boom, you've got a great yoga block. I've heard that some people have used thick books, big dictionaries, but you don't want to ruin a book by binding it, or this is a good thing, but you could use a big thick book with hardback. Have some different sets of weights. Now you could use water bottles, different size water bottles. If you can weigh them, weigh yourself, and then with and without it, subtract the difference, and that'll tell you how much each water bottle weighs. And just have, two of those, and you can shift from, probably 2 pounds to 3 pounds. A gallon of water is 8 pounds. So you can even do increments, mark it into 8 different segments, and full is 8 pounds. So that you can go from 0 to 8 by just the amount of water you put in there. It's not as ergonomically, the handles aren't as ergonomically suited, but it's still 8 pounds, and keep your wrists strong and tight when you're doing it, and you can get a good little workout there, okay? So a gallon milk or juice container would be great with a handle. These are just some 2-pound little hand weights, okay? So like if I'm marching in place or I'm doing step aerobics, I might put these in my hands. For that type of workout, I would never go greater than 2 pounds because it just increases the impact on your joints when you're doing weight with movement. So don't go more than 1 or 2 pounds, but it is a great way to add just a little something extra to your walk, to a step class, to an aerobic class. So that's something you could use. Other size weights, I have 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 8 pounds, 10 pounds. I don't have, well, we do have 12, 15 pounds. So we have the gamut. I have 1 pound. So I can change throughout. And if you have had breast cancer, you've had a mastectomy, you are at risk for lymphedema, you know that your surgeon might have said, don't lift more than 5 to 10 pounds. Okay, well, you want to not start with 5 or 10 pounds. You want to start with 1 pound, if at all, or just start doing the motion without any resistance. Then go to 1 pound for a couple weeks. You can go from 1 set to 2 sets at 1 pound. And then if you're not having any swelling, you're not having any increase in lymphedema, then you can go to 2 pounds. Even though it feels so ridiculously easy, that's important for you. So little divergence into that area, but if you do have something like that, and it may not be cancer related, but you have some joint issues going on, be progressive. Start from 0 and work your way up. And don't make big increases. Oh, 5 pounds was easy, I'm gonna go to 10. No, go to 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10, okay? Or go from 5 to 8, then 10, okay? So be progressive with your weights. Something else that I have found very helpful is a yoga strap. When we're doing stretching, it's a great way to pull on a body part and give you some resistance. You can even use it for some guidance. The stretchy bands are good for that as well, but they give a lot. So for that purpose, I think a long strap, your husband's got those little strap tie downs, and just one of those would be great. Go take one of his. Take the ends off, the little crank downs off. Stretch bands for the upper body, for lower body. I mean, we use these for lots of different things. We want the stretch, and that gives us resistance. So they also come in 3 packs at Walmart. Great, they're under $10. They're about 5 foot, 6 feet long. So you want the length on those. So have some stretch bands. This is a stretch band that I tied together. I made a loop, and I also bought some loops. So that's really good if you're going to be doing some side steps to work the outer thighs, or if you're just going to, work the outer thighs, stepping out, bringing in, lots of things we can do with that. So a loop stretch band is also very helpful. What else do we have? I have a timer in here. I have a nice stability ball, and when I know that we all have one, this is something that's very helpful to do exercises on. Okay, we can do core work, okay, balance work, lots of different things. We can stretch. Those are a lot of fun. And if you have bad knees and you can't walk maybe as much, you can sit on the ball and bounce. It engages your core. It's good for your spine, strengthens your bones. A lot of good things. I also like these hula hoops. These are little click together hula hoops, and I've taught classes with these. Okay, so they're just a great little fun cardio workout, works the core as well. So that's just another little fun thing to do. So those are pretty much the things that we're going to be using. And of course, some type of a yoga mat or carpeted area. If you have carpet and you like it, you can always just use a yoga towel. But I do like the mat because it grips and you don't slide on it. So definitely have one of a yoga mat, something that you can put down and wipe down and roll it up after you're done so that you have a nice clean sanitary surface to work with. So hopefully this gives you some ideas. Obviously we do have an elliptical, I have a rowing machine, and we have an Airdyne bicycle in our living room. So we kind of have things spread out all over the place. But work on that.